Alright, so 5 individuals. 5, alright. I'm gonna make you mind holding this and filming it. Just make sure it stays on me, por favor. Alright, so I will be giving an informative discussion on the 9-line medevac and the mist that is used in RC South and in Afghanistan. So without getting into too much detail, I'm just going to go over the 9 lines, what exactly 9 lines entail, what MIST stands for, and then that'll be the end of my discussion. A little brief history on the 9 line. It's actually used by all NATO forces. If you go to Canada, whether it be Quebec, the French-speaking part of Canada, they have a 9 line as well, same format, just different language. Over in Afghanistan, everyone in Iraq, when the war was going on, used the 9-line medevac request. So it's universal as far if you're part of NATO and everyone knows what it is. So without further ado, line 1 is location of the pickup site. Location will be written in between 8 and 10-digit grid. When they say location of the pickup site, they're not talking about, hey, it's off of 41 Alpha and 101st Parkway, you know, right there by the Walmart. They're actually talking about a 8 and 10-digit grid. All right, line 2, radio frequency and call sign and suffix. Line 3, number of patients by precedence. The precedents are urgent, urgent surgical, priority, routine, and convenience. Line 4, special equipment required. Line 5, number of patients, whether it be litter or ambulatory. Line 6, security of the pickup site. Line 7, method of marking up the pickup site. For example, you have panels, pyrotechnics, buzzsaw if you're in the middle of the night, smoke, what have you. VS-17 panel. Line number 8, patient nationality and status. You know, if the U.S. military, civilian. Also down in RC South, when they do this, they go and take it one step further, and they have ISAF military, ISAF civilian, you know, local nationals, non-ISAF military, EPW, enemy prisoner of war, things of that nature. So depending on what area you're at, certain commands might have different requirements per the category. Line 9, if you're in a wartime environment, it's MBC contamination, whether it be nuclear, biological, or chemical. In peacetime and also in RC South down in Afghanistan, it's terrain description because there's no chemical threat down there, and so they treat it as if it's peacetime, only in the effect of the changing of line 9, and they ask for terrain description. Is it a valley? Is it on top of a mountain? Things of that nature. Now, line 1 through 9 was used in both Iraq and Afghanistan during wartime. It's also used in peacetime, as long as the country that's using it is part of NATO. There was one exception in Afghanistan, and I don't know if this was Afghanistan as a whole. I know the area that I was at. The RC South commander went ahead and said, you're going to add the MIST to the end of this. The reasoning for the MIST being added to the end is so that the individuals in charge of getting these 9 lines and tasking out different helicopter elements be able to sit there and look at it and be like, okay, this individual needs it more than this one, so we're going to send a helicopter out to them first, opposed to, you know, Team B or whatever. So M in MIST stands for mechanism of injury, you know, gunshot wound. If it's a non-battle injury, disease non-battle injury, IED, whatever the case may be. I stands for injury sustained, you know, amputation of such and such part, or, you know, if it's disease or if it's a non-battle injury like pneumonia, something like that. S stands for signs and symptoms. They're looking for vital signs. They're looking for the patient stable. Anything that's pertinent that would help tell the higher ups, or the individuals that the release authority for these dust-off birds and medevac, that would help bring them over precedence over someone else. Then T finally is treatment, any kind of treatment given to them. If you went ahead and put a tourniquet on, pressure dressing, if you went ahead and gave them some kind of meds, right there underneath the T would be where all the treatment would be listed. Also, let's say you have more than one patient. In order to change and figure out what patient's what and keep it separated so you don't get confused, you can go ahead and put their battle roster number before you relay the MIST. Battle roster number is the first 2 of their last name, followed by, first 3 of their last name, followed by the last 4 of the social. But depending on what unit you're with, that can also change. That's a particular SOP for my unit. Pending questions, this completes my discussion. Hit the red button. I got it.
B?